Welcome back, Bet the Juice Podcast. Cody Mitchell here with the Ohio Valley Conference tournament preview. We've now knocked out 4 so far. Crazy thing is, of the 4 we've done, we have had within the Big South, the Horizon League, the Patriot League, and then there's one other one that hasn't started yet. I can't remember off the top of my head, but in the 4 we've done, it's been 4 games so far. If I believe there might have been 5. So let me check this really quick to see what the scores are right now. But as of right now, we hit both of them in the Sun Belt. We hit the one in the Patriot League. And we hit the other one in the actually, what was the other Patriot League score? The Lafayette game. So Holy Cross actually did beat Lafayette. I don't think I had that one. But the other one was in the Sun Belt. We have Old Dominion ULM, which was, it was a big spread. I am on Old Dominion. They're up 14 right now. That's a 10-point spread. But we've actually been really fucking good. I've only missed one thus far. Now, this is a conference here where I think we actually could have some chaos. Because the majority of the time in the other ones we've done so far, I've pretty much went chalk. I know it's not going to be that way, but like some of my bets might have been farther off than chalk, but the eventual winner is usually going to be chalk. I know a lot of school or conferences have kind of changed the way they've formatted their brackets to make it more appealing to the higher seeds with giving them more buys, home court advantage, and stuff like that. Everybody already knows that. I don't like the 18 buys. I do like home court advantage. I think the tournaments would be so much cooler if we just always did every conference tournament. Maybe not the big ones, maybe the Power 5 and maybe a couple of the high mid majors. But like the lower leagues, I kind of like the home court. It gives the teams that earned in the regular season a better shot at maybe winning and staying and not getting upset. And it's also like you earned that shit. You went out in the regular season, you took care of business, like you should get rewarded in some capacity for that. But let's get into the OVC. Drink of choice today, Coke Zero. We got the cherry. Top 5, zero sugar soda, for sure. I know Coke's dominating it still. Can't find the cherry float anymore. That's number 1. The new cherry float with the vanilla and the cherry mixed in there. It's basically just vanilla Coke and cherry Coke mixed. It's fucking incredible, and you can't find it anywhere. Probably because it's so good and it's been sold out. But we're going to stick with the cherry Coke today. Coke Zero, of course. As we get to the OVC, let's take a look at the bracket. Last year, was this it's escaping me. Who won this? Why do I want to say it was Little Rock? Even though I know it wasn't Little Rock. The OVC champion last year, my pit bull is over there just mounting, not in a sexual way, but just beating the shit out of a pillow right now because I'm not over there paying attention to her. I highly apologize, Bugs. God, who was that again? Was it Moorhead? I don't think it was Moorhead. Moorhead's, kind of class of the league, but it was SIU Edwardsville. I don't remember Edwardsville getting there. But either way, I should because Rayshon Taylor was there. Let's get into it. OVC. They all played in, I believe, Evansville. It is Evansville, Indiana. Tennessee State, plus 220 to win the conference tournament here. UT Martin is plus 370, the 4 seed. SEMO is 4-1. Moorhead is 4-1. SIUE to repeat is 11-1. 16-1 for Lindenwood. Little Rock is 35-1. And Eastern Illinois is 65-1 to win and take home the crown. Pretty basic tournament here. Only 8 teams make it in. It's pretty simple. It's a double. You get the double buys. So Tennessee State and Moorhead do get the buys. First game here, SIUE and Eastern Illinois. A little bit of an in-state battle here too. So no regionality really. It's both pretty close to Evansville. I went with SIUE. I think the culture, the coach has been there before. That this team is, familiar with playing in the conference tournament. They've won, I believe, at least 2 in the last 4 years. And Eastern Illinois is also really bad. Probably bottom 30 to 40 team in the country here of all 365. These two teams did meet twice because they do have the double round robin. SIUE got them. Did they get them? Wow, I'm not seeing them on there. Okay, there they are. SIUE beat them at home, but then on the road, Eastern Illinois did get them in overtime. But I think this series ends up getting split here, and I think SIUE comes out and advances to the second round. It's kind of hard with all the other it's not really like a semifinal, quarterfinal kind of thing here. And then the other matchup, Lindenwood and Little Rock. This is the first year that Lindenwood is eligible to make the NCAA tournament. I think they do get a win over Little Rock here and advance to the second round. Now, the second round, SIUE and UT Martin. Tennessee Martin, man, fun little story, but kind of just faded out towards the end. They were 11-2 to start OVC play. They end up 13-7, so 2-5 going down the stretch there. But I still think it's really probably the most talented team in this conference. Coach John Schulman has done an incredible job here, especially in the recruiting trail, getting a lot of these European guys to come over here and buy into the program. What do these two teams do against each other again? So UT Martin did get them both times in the regular season. Now, it's normally like, Cody, aren't these especially this time of year, isn't this something you normally like, is when, the experienced group, the experienced coach goes up against a team that's, overachieved, but really hasn't been there yet. Because UT Martin hasn't. This is new territory for Coach Schulman. Yeah, typically it would. 100% would. But for this particular game here, I go with the Skyhawks. I really, really like this UT Martin team. They have one of the better offenses in the league, and they defend. They're the best defense in the conference, and I think it's just enough to get them over the hump here and advance to the semifinals. Now we move on to SEMO and Lindenwood. I think culture is going to matter here, though. We talk about never being there. Lindenwood has literally never been there. They've been a Division I school for 4 years now. They played the conference tournament, but they've never advanced. I think they won one game last year. Actually, last year was they've only qualified for the tournament 3 times. They only won one game. It's a really tough spot, and I do think SEMO is still good enough and still has the guys. Lindenwood's kind of faded down the stretch as well. So I have SEMO advancing on here to the semifinals to take on the Morehead State Eagles. In the semis, Bill Self ejected already in the first half against Arizona State. That's a classic Bill Self move, trying to get the locker room pumped up and get these guys going. I think it's kind of like, honestly, next game or even maybe live bet here, Kansas is probably the move. This is a Bill Self special. In the semis, UT Martin, Tennessee State. I actually kind of like Tennessee State's team really well. I think Nolan Smith, former Blue Devil, is doing a really, really good job there. He's gotten a lot of P5 guys that just kind of didn't work out there, and they've dropped down to this level. These teams played earlier this year, and I'm pretty sure Tennessee State beat them both times. Don't quote me on that. They did. They swept them both times, and it's kind of interesting here, though, because you have the Euroball team who doesn't really play necessarily like a European team as much. They actually can defend. They defend really, really well, actually. And on the other side, with Tennessee State, you got a bunch of really athletic guys who I wouldn't say are like incredible basketball players, but they're just freaking athletes. And that does matter, especially with this kind of lower mid-major level where athleticism can kind of outweigh a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I actually just went with the shot makers. And that's UT Martin, the best shooting team. Offense is a thing of beauty. It's a really fast-paced. I wouldn't say it's one of the higher-ranked ones in the conference. Now, Tennessee State does have the best offense in the conference. You got the best offense going against the best defense, and especially this time of year, I'm going to go with the defense. I'm going to go with the better coach and Coach Schulman. I think they muck this one up, and I think UT Martin, the 4 seed, advances to the OVC championship game. And on the other one here, I have Morehead State versus SEMO. SEMO has actually just I want to continue to ride the momentum, man. 10-2 in their last 12 games. Just been kind of coming into form after struggling early in the season. I think Coach Korn is going to get it done with the Red Hawks, and they advance to the OVC title game where we have the 4-seeded UT Martin Skyhawks playing the 3-seed SEMO. And for the crown here, I have UT Martin advancing to the NCAA tournament. Really, really like this team here, man. I know it's been a tough stretch. It's been a tough little 5-game, 7-game stretch, whatever I said it was earlier. But I still think this is the most talented team in the league, and I think they put it together in the tournament. They do have to play an extra game than the top 2 seeds, but I do not care. I'm still willing to take them. And I think the odds kind of show that as well, that them being the second favorite team here. As far as my bets, my best bets are easily, obviously, if I think UT Martin's winning, I'm taking the plus 370. I'm also taking the 4-1 with SEMO because I do think both of these teams do play in the championship game. And my long shot, why not 16-1 in their first season eligible to play in the NCAA tournament? Wouldn't it be something if Lindenwood goes in there and wins the whole thing? And I do like their draw if they can get past SEMO in the second round, because I do think the best 2 teams are still Tennessee State and UT Martin. If they get to the title game, you can find a hedge spot, you can cash out, you can do anything. Your options are endless. So I'll take the Lions at 16-1 as a little bit of a long shot. So yeah, that's it. I got 4 more previews to do tonight, but thank you for everybody listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the podcast. It really does a lot of wonders for us. So until then, I'll see you guys. I am out of here.